fuel economy, because a lot has always been said about fuel economy, but there's been quite a bit of attention with this administration about fuel economy. So what I'd like for our listeners and our viewers, for you to help, if you can explain to them, why does that matter? Why should fuel economy matter to us Americans?
Yeah, and that's interesting because in the past, if you ask the public, are you in favor of fuel economy rules? The public always said, well, hell yeah, as long as the government mandates them and I get better fuel economy, why should I be against that? Never realizing that there is obviously a price to pay, because higher fuel numbers can only be reached with advanced technology, partial hybridization, or fully electric drive, or in between, plug-in electrics like the Chevrolet Volt. But all of that comes at a huge price. And the problem was when the Obama administration agreed on the still applicable fuel economy standards, which call for 54.5 miles per gallon by 2025, that was obviously going to raise the price of the average motor vehicle tremendously. And at the time, gasoline was like $4.50, $4.75 a gallon, and all of the projections were that gasoline would go to $5 a gallon, $6, $8, $9, like in Europe at times. And the car makers foresaw a huge demand for low-end cars, small cars like the Chevrolet Sonic and the Cruze, and far less demand for full-size pickup trucks and large sport utilities. And as long as the mix was towards the bottom of the vehicle size classes and with tiny little engines, everybody felt reasonably confident that they could meet it. They were going to have to do a bunch of hybrids that you never recover the cost for, and a bunch of electric vehicles where you never recover the cost. But it was all it all worked out on paper when you projected it out over the years. But as they say, something happened on the way to the forum, and that is that fracking happened, and where before, you'll remember the term peak oil, we thought oil was ultimately going to be $200 a barrel and so forth, and there'd be almost none left, and then World War III was going to break out because China wanted the oil and we wanted the oil and so forth. So all of those theories were destroyed overnight with fracking. And the United States now is far less dependent on imported oil than at any time, probably in the last 50 or 60 years, and the percentage keeps going down. In fact, there are analysts that believe that the United States it's not impossible to imagine the United States self-sufficient in petroleum. And we now have petroleum in such abundance that there's an oil glut, and it's very hard for anybody to make any money pulling oil out of the ground.